Hello and welcome to Whiskey Whims with me, Stuart. Today I wanted to take you through 5 whiskies in my collection that have let me down or disappointed me. These whiskies I've either purchased for one reason or another. Maybe it's a distillery I've been fond of, or I've been gifted it, or even marketing, because I can get suckered in at marketing. Especially when I'm going on holiday and I'm in an airport and I see a whiskey and I'm like, okay, I'll buy it because I'm so excited. But unfortunately that ship has kind of sailed and I'm starting to do that less often. I thought it'd be a good topic because I know there's probably a lot of people who've been disappointed by whiskies. And the way that the industry's going at the moment with the non-age statements, there's probably going to be more disappointments. An example for me is the Glenmorangie, is it Glenmorangie Nectar d'Or? Or is it Glenfiddich? No, Glenmorangie Nectar d'Or. It's a 12-year-old, or it was a 12-year-old, finished in Sauternes casks, and now they're making it a non-age statement. So I have the 12-year-old and I really do love that whiskey, but I feel like if I was to get the new non-age statement, I feel like it wouldn't be up to the same standard. So we'll go through this list and you'll see if there's any that you've been disappointed with. I'd love to hear your feedback on it. So just drop a comment if there's been any whiskies you've been disappointed by, and also hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of this type of content. At number 5 is one from one of my favourite, it's from my favourite distilleries. Yeah, a favourite distillery of mine has let me down. Campbeltown Loch. Blended and bottled by Springbank distillers. Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying it, but Springbank have let me down. I don't think they've ever let me down in the past before. I always enjoy their malts. I've never found one that's been disappointing. I love the Springbank, I love Longrow, Hazelburn, Kilkerran, but this Campbeltown Loch really is not up to the standard that we're used to with Springbank. It's 40% ABV, 100% Scotch whiskies. I don't know if it's all Springbank whiskey. I'm not entirely sure. It could be other whiskies. There doesn't look like there's been any added colouring into this, which is quite refreshing with a blend. But yeah, my dad gifted me this and I was so excited to open it and try it that I tried it the very night he gave me it. The reason I was excited is because it's from Springbank and I wanted to try more blends. So I started purchasing more blends, but this one kind of lowered the tone for me. There's not much going on there, really. I can't even, it might be because my nose is used to harsher, more higher ABV whiskies, but for me, it barely even smells like a whiskey. Nope. Still don't like it. It's got a nice picture of Campbeltown Loch on the front. That's probably the best thing I can say about it. But if Campbeltown Loch was full of this whiskey, I would not be swimming in it and I would not be drinking it. So I'm sorry about that, Springbank. Still love you. This hasn't changed my mind about Springbank at all. I just think it's a one-off bad shot. There probably are people that enjoy this. It's probably suited to someone with a more sensitive palate or something, but for me it's just not my palate. At number 4 is Jura Origin 10-year-old. I think this has been superseded in the supermarkets by something else, a different Jura now, whether that's the 7 wood or some other expression. But I bought this because I love the Ardbeg 10-year-old and you can get that in the supermarkets. A great 10-year-old for a great price. And I thought this would be the same. I think I've had this for 2 years and as you can see, I just can't get into it. I'll keep the box. Yeah, I just can't get into this. I've had the 200th anniversary Jura and the one for the road, and both them kind of blew my socks off, and I thought I was going to really love this one because it was their core range. But 40% ABV again, and I just can't get into it. I've tried and I don't know what I'm going to do. My girlfriend poured me a dram of this the other night, blind, and I assumed that it was out with my collection. I thought it was maybe a sample sent to me by someone because I didn't realise I had something this bad in my collection. which is it seems harsh to say, but I just can't wrap my head around it and I can't get into it. If there's someone out there who wants this, there's still almost a full bottle in there. Please take it off my hands, because I don't think I'm going to drink it and I don't want to pour it away because I know someone will enjoy it. So, Jura Origin 10-year-old is at number 4. At number 3 is an airport exclusive or travel exclusive that I bought at the airport. I was excited going on holiday and I'd tried Glenlivet before. The 18-year-old was nice. There's been others that I've tried that I've liked, and I thought, yes, I'm going to get a Glenlivet for the collection. Master Distiller's Reserve, and it's a 1 litre, 40% ABV. And when I first had the first few drams out of this, it was a nice whiskey. So I decided to look up the reviews, and it was getting a lot of harsh criticism, a lot of people hating on it. And I wasn't entirely sure why, because I really enjoyed this whiskey initially. Once I got past the shoulder of the bottle, just below the neck, I started realising why the comments or the reviews on this whiskey were so bad, and I was starting to agree with them. I thought it was misunderstood until I got past the shoulder. I didn't really enjoy it anymore. So what I use this for now is cocktails, and I think this is a brilliant cocktail mixer. I use it for whiskey sours and old fashioned, so there's always a bright side to a bad story or a disappointment. I know a lot of people use Monkey Shoulder for cocktails, but for me I prefer that as a standalone whiskey on its own. So I'll just continue using this. I've had quite a lot out of it, and I've been making more and more cocktails with it. But yeah, it's definitely a cocktail mixer, really nice with cocktails. And number 2 is a whiskey from a distillery that I have had a love-hate relationship with. I love Bowmore Distillery and what they used to come out with, and even some recent ones I've really enjoyed. The Bowmore Devil's Casks 3 is one of the whiskies that are really up there for me. However, this Black Rock makes me hate them, and some of their core range makes me hate them. Not hate them, not actually hate them, but just disappointed because I know they can do better. This one in particular, the issue with this is the colouring. The Devil's Cask that I really enjoy does have colouring in it, and it's evident that it has colouring in it. However, I feel like the flavours of the Devil's Cask, the whiskey itself, outweigh the colouring, and you can't really taste the colouring. With this Black Rock, the 40% ABV, I feel like it's just sea salt and caramel, and the caramel is definitely the colouring. And I feel like the colouring is so overpowering, it's all I can taste. So I don't really enjoy it. I have had half the bottle, and as you can see, it's very coloured. I have had half the bottle. It's one I tend to go for after I've had a few whiskies. One just to kind of finish me off, top me off. But yeah, it's not that nice a whiskey, and I know they can produce better. So I'm not sure if anyone else has had this, or I'd love to hear people's feedback on it, because I'm not sure if it's just me that feels like the caramel's a bit too overpowering. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. Not a great release from Bowmore, and like I said, I know they can do better. At number 1 is 2 whiskies that I used to have in my collection. I've only recently sold them off to auction because I just didn't enjoy them at all. And it's the Glenlivet Code and the Glenlivet Cipher. I bought these for £100 a piece, one off the auction and one on their website when it was released. I then tried them in a bar in Edinburgh, and both tasted rather similar. They had similar style flavours, similar palate, and these flavours were just not what I was enjoying at the time. So I decided to put them on the auction, and I got my money back for them. I got £100 a piece, but I think I had to pay commission, so I maybe lost out a little bit there. They were on the similar to kind of marketing as the Bruichladdich Black Art, where there was no tasting notes or anything that were released, and you kind of had to make up your own mind of what the flavours were and how they were done, what finishes and all this stuff. But for me, when I tried them in that Edinburgh bar, I just really wasn't enjoying them. So that's been 5 whiskies in my collection that have disappointed me. I've tried not to sound too harsh because the distilleries that I have mentioned that have released these whiskies, I do enjoy a lot of the content that they produce, but sometimes they do give you just stuff that isn't up to scratch, and I think it's healthy to say when you're not enjoying something, and it's good to know if other people relate to your experiences as well. So I'd love to hear your feedback on the whiskies that I've mentioned, if you enjoy them, if you think I'm wrong, or if they've let you down as well. I'd also like to know what whiskies have let you down. It'd be great to see different people's ideas, because at the end of the day everybody tastes things differently, so you might like something that I don't, and I might like something that you don't. Once again, thanks for watching, appreciate it. I've been Stuart, this has been Whiskey Whims, I'll see you later.